right,
ready.
let's go to Jesus together, my friends. Father God, we just thank you. Oh, Jesus, we thank you so much. We thank you for testimonies. We thank you for giving us the test so that we can sing your glory and sing your praises afterwards, Lord. We know that you're with us through everything we've ever gone through, and we just thank you for bringing us through the storm, because at the end of every storm, there is a rainbow of hope, Lord. There is something that we can learn from it. There is something that we can share with others. And above all else, God, it gives you all the praise and all the glory and all the credit, Lord. We thank you for Rachel. We thank you for her willingness to share your great love that has shone all over her life right now. And we thank you for everything that she has gone through and that she has overcome and that she has powered through, God. We thank you for her strength, for her courage, for her love for you, for her desire to share your word, Father God. We just thank you so much. And we thank you for Court for hosting this and having the confidence and the boldness to get on here and want to share who you are with everyone else. And I just pray that something that is said and done during this live will not only bring you credit and bring you glory, but that someone would come to know you a little bit better. And if there's anyone in this live that doesn't know you as their personal Savior, Lord, I pray that you would just touch their heart right now, that you would bring them to know you, that something that is said would just pull on their heart, that you would soften their heart, that they would have a desire to grow closer to you, and that they would know that you have all power and all authority, and that you can bring them through anything they're going through right now, Lord. Nothing is too great for you. You are not scared of anything we face, Lord, because we know, and you know, you have all the power, and we give you all the praise for that. Father God, again, I just thank you for Rachel. I thank you for Court. I thank you for our beautiful friendship and how you have brought us all together on this app. Lord, I just pray that we continue to give you the glory on this app, and everything we say and do would bring you glory. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, my
Amen.
sweet
Amen.
friends. I love
Amen.
you all so much. I'm going to hop off,
Thank
I
okay?
you,
love
friend.
you. All right. So I think everyone,
All
like I said, who
right.
is here on the live kind of knows who you are. But if you do not,
Yeah.
this is Rachael Vannoy. Her and I met through Bible study here on TikTok through Rachel, who just said the prayer. She is
Yes.
a
Other Rachel.
blessing. And Rachel, I have literally learned so much from you through Bible study. I'm just like so excited to have this conversation. Like, just you literally just want to learn. You show up every single day. You have so much to say. You bring so much like you just are amazing. And I'm just so excited to hear your testimony and
Oh,
get to know
thanks,
you a little
friend.
bit. I know I'm trying not to cry, Kayla. So
I know. Come on now.
I know.
Got
We
me
already
crying
knew.
on live.
I'm sorry.
All the Rachels got to cry on here, man.
We love a weepy woman. So where do you want to start? You want to
Okay.
start from the beginning? The beginning?
Um, yeah, so I was gonna start at the beginning. I was thinking about this. I wrote down notes. So if you see me looking, I'm kind of like, just so I don't forget anything. I just feel like most of the stuff that I wrote down has a big part of it, I would say, or whatever.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll start from the very beginning. This is what I was talking about. Do I start from the very beginning or
I think so,
um
because if you just think back on your life, like even the stuff from the kids play a part
yeah.
of who we are and why the things that we go through. And God, and if
Yeah.
you look back, you see God was truly there. So I do think it is important for you to kind of start at the beginning if you're comfortable.
Yeah. When I was writing this, I was like, wow.
Yeah,
Like what was I doing here? Like
I feel that.
I was like what like why was he not smacking me in the face or something? Smacking me around, like hello. I've
Yeah.
tried to tell you like 10 times and you're still doing this. Like
He
okay,
says
so I'll
he
just start
gives
from the
us
very
free
beginning.
will. He gives us free will.
Exactly. We talk
Hmm.
about that all the time in Bible study.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just said I was raised by a single mom. So I was actually like introduced to like partying and everything at the young age of 16. And let's see, I was partying when I first started driving at 16. And then pretty much all throughout high school, I would drink, I don't hold on. Let me make sure. If I stop, it's because I'm making sure I don't say words I'm not supposed to say on here.
Yeah. We'll
Let me
spell
just make
those
sure I don't
words
say
out.
words.
Yeah.
Well, yes. um, and drinking, smoking, all that stuff. And then when it was my senior year of high school, I believe, my grandpa had passed away. That was like 2007, I think. Yeah, 2007. And that's just when my life spiraled out of control.
Were y'all really close? Yeah.
Yes. Don't
That
have me
was the
crying.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I just know that had to be really hard.
Yeah. So I have learned throughout like my story and my healing process and stuff like that that like death and trauma can be a big part of someone like becoming addicted and stuff like that. And I didn't know that until later on down the road. That's why it kind of all, it kind of all comes together. But I didn't realize that was something I didn't know. And you don't realize that whenever you're healing from losing someone, you know what I mean?
And
So,
also so
um,
young. So young.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, high school. I'm
Yeah.
like, really?
Like I don't know if he was like a father figure to you, but
Yes, that's the other part. Yeah.
losing your
Yep.
father
Because my dad
basically.
was never around. Yes, that's that. And I think that's part of kind of what made it like, what made me spiral and everything like that. I was diagnosed with I had depression, bipolar by the age of 16. So,
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, I was on full medication for all of that. So that's part of that as well.
Mhm.
There's the enemy already in my life at 16 years old,
Yes.
Um, yeah,
Yes.
so yeah. And then I happened to meet a few years later, I happened to meet my oldest daughter's dad. Um, and I had my oldest daughter when I was 19 years old in the process of all of this. So I'm, on medication. I've lost my grandparent like
Your
2 years
hormones.
before that.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. And then I meet him. Of course, I think I was like at, I think I was out somewhere, probably not sober, if you want to say. I don't
Yeah.
remember exactly.
Yeah.
um, yeah, it's wild. I'm just like, I'm writing this and I'm like, my life is just a
You're
complete
like,
mess.
I need
Like,
to write an HBO Lifetime special.
I
Trust
know.
me.
I'm like, this is crazy.
Me and Kayla were talking
It's
about this.
crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you like sit there and write your whole life down, it's crazy. Like, why did I do this? Why did I make this decision? Like,
So
this is not the decision I would make today.
girl, I
Like,
literally can't even believe who I am today versus who I was as a teenager because it's wildly
yeah,
different. Like I am not the same human.
same.
But
Yes, it's completely,
so I did have a
completely
question.
different.
Were you
Yeah.
raised in church or around church or just knowing
Oh,
Jesus?
no.
Not at all.
Um, so, see, I did forget to write that part down. So my whole family actually is Catholic.
Okay.
What's crazy. So, yeah, they are Catholic, and I wasn't necessarily raised in the church. My mom, I remember very, like, vividly one time my mom took me to a church. It was a Christian church. One time we went and never went back.
It was just a
I,
one-time thing. But if
it
she
was
grew
just,
up
yeah, it was
Catholic,
crazy.
yeah, if she grew up Catholic, that's
Yeah.
a big, big difference.
Yes. Yes.
Did you
That
see
is,
that? I don't know if Joanna meant to invite her. It's like she asked to go join us, but I don't know if she meant to or not.
oh,
Sorry.
I didn't see that. No, I think only you can see that because you're the host.
Okay.
I
Sorry.
think. I don't know. No, you're fine. I was just like, I don't see anything. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy that my whole family is Catholic because that brings me to part of where my relationship is not with them
Mm-hmm.
today.
Okay.
Is that so? That's wild too. It's yeah. But yeah, and my mom, so when she was younger, she grew up Catholic, but she didn't like go to church or like practice the religion when she was an adult. She kind of, I guess, just stopped
Yeah, she just,
going. I don't, yeah,
yeah.
stopped going. I don't know. And then took us to a Christian church one time, and then that was it. So
The Holy
it was the
Spirit
only
was
time
trying. It was planting seeds for you. Deep down in there.
Yeah, it's crazy, and I remember loving it too because they had some kids thing going on that very one time. They had some kids thing going on, and we just never went back. It was very, I don't know, it was weird.
Yeah.
So I'm with my oldest daughter's dad. I was with him for 6, 7 years.
Oh, wow.
He used to, he cheating, beat the crud out of me, all of that stuff. Wasn't a very nice person. Let's
You
just say that.
you met him at 17?
Yeah, I was about 17, yeah, 17
Oh,
or 18.
girl.
Or no, it was 18, sorry. And then I had my daughter when I was 19 in 2009. Yeah, her dad tried to like take his own life, make me watch it, all stuff like that, abuse and all that stuff. I remember going to work with black eyes and just being like, oh, I fell or
Rachel.
something, knowing that's not what happened, you know?
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah.
And like when you're going through these things, you just feel like I don't know from your perspective, obviously, but did you feel like, I would assume a lot of girls feel trapped, like they can't get out, they can't escape this, especially if you have a kid. Like
Yes.
it's so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're young, you have a kid and they always say, oh, I won't do it again, I love you, that kind of stuff. And it's looking back like now, it's like, what?
Yeah.
What?
It's because we didn't
Like, why?
Yeah, we didn't know our self-worth. You didn't know, you know what I'm saying? Like we didn't know
Yeah.
that we were
Mm-hmm.
meant for so much more and that we deserve so much more. And yeah.
And honestly, we don't realize that first, when you're young, that first relationship where they treat you like they make your self-worth go so small. It's whenever you do get older, that is why we have, self-confidence issues and self-worth issues. And when we do meet somebody that is actually worthy of being with, it's like, I don't deserve that person or something.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
You're freaked
Or something
out.
along the lines.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're always like, oh, you're doing this, you're doing that, or I'm not good enough, or whatever the case may be.
Because we don't
Yeah.
have Jesus in our hearts to tell us. Like if we could just
Exactly.
go back. If we could just go back and be like, listen,
Yeah.
Jesus loves you. You are worthy. Your body is worth, you know what I'm saying, all the things.
Right.
So, yeah. I
Right.
definitely get it. Yeah.
Exactly. And then having a child without being married. And I was never taught any of that because
Yeah.
I didn't go to church. I didn't read the Bible. I was never taught any of that. None of that. I never knew that was wrong until I was an adult. Like,
Yeah.
ever.
That's crazy. But if you didn't grow
Yeah.
up around, and you guys are from
You don't.
Louisiana?
I'm originally from like Kentucky.
Okay.
And me and my husband, we've moved around a lot. We like traveling and all that stuff. So we're still trying to figure out where we want to settle down at.
Yeah.
But right now we live in Texas. Yeah, we like Texas. It's hot like everywhere else right now. So
Everywhere's hot.
Yeah.
Everywhere. So there's a lot of Jesus out in Texas.
I know. That's very true. There is, me and my husband both like vividly he had a dream, and then I had a dream, which we didn't even talk about it, and literally was like, pick up and move and go here. Like, wasn't told why. But that's what we did. We came to Houston, and yeah. Okay, so yeah, I was with him, and after all that happened, it was crazy because one night, like, he abused me so bad, I just up and I left. And what's crazy is my friend had picked me up. She was like buying greenery from somebody, and he was in the car, and lo and behold, that's my son's dad now. So, yeah, girl, it's crazy. So I left my daughter's dad and went with my friend. She had picked me up because I was like, I'm done, I need to go, and that's the night that I met my son's dad. And he's the one that, so come to find out, he was already in recovery and everything. I knew nothing about like rugs or anything like that yet. So I know I'm trying to be like, I don't want to get violated here. I'm going to be kicked out of Bible study if I get violated on here. I'm not doing that.
We're going to love you
I need
more.
my Bible study.
Yeah. We're going to love you more, girl.
Right. So he was already in like recovery or whatever, going to meetings and all of that stuff. I don't know if anybody knows what like meetings are from AA and stuff like that. So I didn't know what any of that included. I had no idea. He kept saying he was going to these meetings, and I'm like, okay, that's weird, but whatever. I had moved back in with my mom at this point with my daughter. But he's the one that introduced me to like all of the bigger rugs. Everybody knows what those are. I don't have to explain all that. And then my dad came back into the picture. So when I had my daughter in 2009, I was like, it would be really great for her to have both of her grandparents. I don't know why I thought, hey, let's go find my dad. And he was around the corner this whole time.
You were
Whatever.
searching for family. You were searching to feel
Yeah.
fulfilled and have that village. That's why.
Yeah. I needed answers from him. Like, why? Like, where were you? You know, those type of things. So I finally found him. He put on a picture of a person that he was, and we started hanging out. Then he started buying rugs
Oh
off of me
gosh.
and my son's dad. Yes.
No. Yeah.
So it's, yeah. So he was back in my life, but I didn't realize at the time because I was like, that was when I first started in my addiction process. I didn't know what was happening to me. Like, and it's crazy because like I knew there was a God at this point, but I'm just like, why? You know, why would he do this to me? Why would he put me in this situation? If there's such a God, why am I going through all of this? You know, all
And
of
I'm
that
sure
kind of
that,
stuff that we all think
yeah,
eventually.
yes, you've gone through so much already at such a young age. Like I
Yeah.
totally get that.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine what
Yeah.
your feelings were at that, and especially not having Jesus or God there to lean on during that. I mean, I came to my faith, or not
Yeah.
came to my faith. I grew up Christian, left, and then when I was 31,
Oh yeah, that's
I
right.
came
You
back.
did.
So
Yeah, I
you
remember you
go,
saying that.
yeah, you go through all these things and you just don't know.
Yes. Okay, so at this point, I'm like, I'm already addicted, but I didn't know what it was. I thought I was just like sick. I'm like, what is happening to me? Like I knew there was something wrong with me. I didn't know what it was. So finally I was unable to like care for my daughter because I would get so sick. Like I didn't know what was wrong with me.
Like,
But it was the addiction.
so can I ask some like personal hard questions
Yeah,
maybe? So,
sure, girl. I'm an open book.
so for when you say you were getting sick, like, do you mean like you were
Hmm.
having withdrawals or,
Yes, you get physically ill.
okay,
It's
yeah,
like, so to explain it, it's kind of like having the flu, but it's like 10 times worse than the flu. Like it's bad. And then as soon as you get whatever your body needs or what it thinks it needs is you
yeah,
feel 100 times better. You're ready. You're good to go. So like I wasn't neglecting my daughter like physically or anything like that. It's just I knew that I couldn't care for her the way that I needed to care for her, because it was getting really like bad. It was just every day was getting worse. And so I call my mom. My mom has no idea what's going on.
yeah,
I
of
call
course
my
not.
mom and
Yeah.
I tell her, right, we hide it. Exactly. We're not going to tell
Hmm.
anybody. And it started out like partying and all that stuff. So just be aware if anybody that's newly, experimenting with things, it starts out as a great time,
Of course.
from
Yeah. As someone who
starts
drank in
out,
high school, I get
right.
it.
Just like drinking. Exactly.
Hmm.
Yes. And it just became to where my life was unmanageable. I couldn't take care of my daughter. So I called my mom and I'm like, listen, I told her what was going on, but I don't know if I told her the exact extent of it. And I was like, can you take her until I get better?
Yeah.
We don't never get better until we take care of, I didn't know the extent of like addiction at this point.
You're
So
fine.
I really never got better. I became, MIA and strung out for the next 7 years after that. um,
Oh my
it's crazy.
goodness. When you look back, or
Yeah,
it, like, how do you feel? Like,
crazy.
crazy? Yeah. You can't even believe that you were in that state, and
Hmm.
and you still did
And
not.
time goes by so fast when you're stuck in that. It goes by so fast. Like you're just like ripping and running on the streets, and you're just like, it's just time just flies by. And next thing you know, my daughter's 7 years old, and where am I? Not
Yeah.
there. So
Yeah. Girl, yeah.
it's it's crazy. Then my son's dad ended up in the hospital for something. I think he had an infection in his arm or something. I don't really remember to like exactly. And then so I'm staying in the hospital with him, and then all of a sudden I start having a miscarriage. Didn't know I was pregnant at all. This was in like
Gosh.
2013, I think. 13,
Okay.
I think,
Yeah. Like 12
maybe.
years. 12
And what's
years.
crazy is I've like blocked that out of my mind too. Like there's so when you go through some of these things, you also like when I was writing this down, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about this. I don't know if I've blocked it out of my mind or like what,
I feel like you
why I
probably,
forgot.
yeah, it's just
You
like
know,
when you
that's
go
a
through
big
that
thing.
trauma, you try to bury it. Don't we talk
Yeah.
about this in Bible study? You just
Yeah.
want to bury it and not deal with it
Yeah. I
until,
think we did. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And it's it's just we bury it and we forget about it. I don't know. And so within those 7 years, I ended up going to jail at least 20 times. At least I
So were you working during
couldn't.
that time? Like you were just,
No.
you were living the life.
Committing crimes, lady. No.
Yeah.
When you're addicted, you can't really hold a job.
Yeah.
Can't hold a job like a 9 to 5. You can't hold a job. So that's why most like people that are addicted, they go and they steal and they rob and they lie, and that's the person I became. Like that is the person I became. And then
You were trying to
then I was pregnant,
survive.
found out.
Oh, sorry.
Right. Yeah. And honestly, you go and you do these things and you get a little bit of money. Just once you're doing it for so long, it's really not to like, it's just to make you feel better is where I'm trying to, I don't want to say like high or anything.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can say that.
I feel like you
I don't know if I can say that.
probably,
I'm like, can I say that?
I think that you definitely
Maybe.
can say that for sure. I think you can
I don't
say
know.
that. But yeah, so just
sorry,
living,
you guys, if I'm not answering your comments.
I know it's so hard because we're like
People
talking.
are commenting. I forget. I know. I feel bad. I'm like, sorry, I'm not ignoring you.
No, yeah,
we're just talking.
Yeah. So yeah, like you said, you were just kind of just getting by, doing what you could do so you could get your next hit, and
and that's when you start stealing and robbing and just becoming a horrible person. And then I find out that I'm pregnant with my son. I have him in 2014. It was like a year after I had that miscarriage. And I can't remember. See, I blocked this part out too. I can't remember how. I think. Oh, I know. I went to like my doctor's appointments when you're pregnant or whatever. And I don't know if anybody. I don't know if I can say this either. I'll just say clinic.
Okay.
I got put in a clinic. I don't know if you know.
Oh,
it's like an alternative medication for addicts.
Like
I don't know if I can say it. Should I just say it?
Just say it.
Just
methadone. Say it.
Should I say it? Methadone.
Okay.
Methadone clinic. We'll just say it.
Okay.
There we go. Whatever. So yeah, I get put in there. So okay, so if you go into if you're like addicted and you're pregnant, they try to either like put you on some alternative medication, because if you just stop doing what you're doing, it could possibly harm your child is the purpose of all of that. Mm-hmm. But it's more addictive than the stuff you're doing. So I don't, whatever.
Yeah, you're like,
that's what happened. That was the first time. Yeah, that was the first time I ever experienced it. I'm like, okay, so now I'm going here, but now this is really hard to get off of too. I'm like, but I had no idea. My doctor had recommended it. So I'm like, oh, she's correct. I never dealt with this. Let's just do what she says.
Yeah, and that's
stupid.
That is one of the things too. As someone, like, I'm assuming you didn't know your resources, you didn't know what options you had, and you were trusting the doctor that you had with you. You were doing the best that you could do in that moment. That's all we can do in those
because I realized I'm like, my life is a mess and I cannot manage it. Like, maybe they could help me, and they don't help. That's the problem too with the system and stuff like that. They don't really help you. I mean, they try, I guess, but
they don't get it.
If you're newly, like, they don't. Throwing you in jail or putting you on something else is not helping the problem at all.
You're like, my brain is not working correctly. I need help getting to these steps. Like, unlike, this is obviously not the same at all, but like, kind of like with ADHD, I do not have the same brain or the mindset or whatever as someone else. So whatever easy for me, for you, might be way harder for me, and just like you, and especially
harder for somebody else.
If you don't grow up with someone who is there to teach you and show you how to do these things, like So
you're going through this as a first time, like no one's ever taught you this. It's yeah, I just feel like there should be more resources or something. I don't.
Girl, that's why this
I
conversation is also so important because so many people don't
Yeah,
know. They don't know they have options or, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Things.
they really don't. It's crazy because at one point in my life, I thought like, okay, this is my life. This is how it's supposed to be. Like, I'm just gonna die an addict, I guess. Is this what my life is supposed to be like? I'm like, there has to be more. There has to be.
And
Like, this cannot be it. Like,
and praise Jesus that you had that revelation that you were like,
yeah,
I cannot do this on my own. I need help. Where can I go?
yeah. Took a long time, but
Hey, it's a
we're here
process.
now.
Yes, that's all that
Yeah,
matters.
we're here now. Thank goodness.
Yes.
So I'm in the clinic. I was like, okay, this is great. I got my life back. Like, I'm good. Like, that was just a phase. I'm good. We're good.
Mhm.
We got through that. Then I had my son in 2014, and he was actually born addicted to
Okay.
what they put me on,
Mhm.
alternative. So that's another issue. That's another thing. So whenever you're taking any kind of anything, whether it's like the hard stuff or whatever they prescribe or whatever, your child still becomes addicted. Like, he was in the NICU for 14, 15 days, and they had to taper him off of stuff. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that's wild. Because of
Yeah. So
what they
and
were
I
giving
I
you.
didn't know that. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know that until after the fact. I was like, oh no, like, it's still the same thing. But I guess because it's like supervised, it's better.
Yeah,
It's
they're
still
like
harming your body and your baby
watching.
regardless. So since he was born that way, this is when CPS entered my life.
Mhm.
And they're very hard to get out regardless if you're doing the correct thing. Let's just say that. So if anybody hears this and wants to reach out to me about anything. Oh yeah, also if anybody is on here and wants to reach out to me about anything, I'm always open for messages. I say it all the time in Bible study.
Mhm.
You can message me anytime. Anytime. I'm an open book. I will share. If you've been through it, I've probably been through it.
Already. And where are we at?
But
The age of 23, 24?
yes, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
you're like, I can help
yeah,
you.
it's crazy.
Learn from me.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my story. Oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah, when CPS came into my life, it was really weird because I was in the clinic, and mind you, I'm still taking this stuff. So you have to take more when you're pregnant because like the dose is higher, I guess. So when you have your baby, you take the same dose, but I could not stay awake holding my own child
So
because of what they were giving me.
they weren't trying
Yeah,
to wean you off of this? This just
they
seems.
do, but yeah, they do. But when you get down so low, you
Mhm.
think about it, you have a newborn baby, your hormones are so high,
Mhm.
you're still addicted to something, and they're weaning you down, and your body, the withdrawals from that is worse than the other stuff. So what do us great addicts do in our brains? I think I'm just gonna go find something cheaper or something, you know what I mean? That's what I did, and here we are again.
And I'm sorry. So at
That's
this
when I started like, no, you're fine.
Oh, so at
Go
this
ahead.
point CPS took your daughter and your son.
So I still had my son at this point. This
Okay,
is
so
the crazy part. I still had my son, but my oldest daughter. So my oldest daughter was kind of different because I kind of told my mom, I just like
Oh,
signed
that's right.
temporary custody
That's
over
right.
because I didn't
That's
want
right.
to be in the courts.
Mhm.
Yeah. So really CPS should have been my life a long time before that. Maybe I
Yeah.
wouldn't have took so long. I don't know. Probably would have. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
Who knows?
yeah. But listen, we
So
can't
yeah,
go
my
back and
daughter
change it.
was with my mom.
Okay, perfect.
Right,
That's right.
exactly. Oh, I wish I could all the time, all the time.
Same. But not because then you wouldn't
Yeah,
be where you are today and have this testimony
that's
to
true.
share and be able to share with people. And I know God is going to do big things through you. So I'm so excited. Sorry. So
That
what
is
I
true.
thought.
We would be
Yeah.
different people. So,
Yeah.
so, okay. So then I go and I start, I relapse, all that stuff. My son's still with me, and my son's dad's with me at this point. And we became homeless, living in our car, and my son was with us at this point, which is awful. Like, thinking about it, I'm like, that's awful. Like, And it's just, I don't know. At this point, my family really didn't want anything to do with me because I was lying, stealing, still doing stuff that I was doing before. Mind you, this has already been going on for like 7-8 years. So it's not like new. It's just, I ended up relapsing and, you know, going back.
Yeah.
Because when you first get like clean or anything like that, like, a lot of people that are addicted, they do go back because they don't know how to live correctly anymore. Like their brains, I don't know what it is. It's just, we're so used to that fast lifestyle, I guess is what you could say. You're just like, this is weird living normal. Like, I just want to, you know, you don't want to be living that way again, but it's just, I don't know if it's how our brains are working at that point in time. I'm not sure,
normal.
But that's why a lot of people go back.
Yeah, it seems like that's your normal. You know, you, like you said, you'd been doing this for 7-8 years.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
when you went to get the help,
you learn how to survive.
Yeah. That's how you learn
and
to
they don't
live.
help you.
That's your normal. So I can, I obviously haven't been in that situation, but I can kind of see as an outsider, like, you're not set up for a success to get the help that you need. Oh, thank you, whoever that was from.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah, so you're not set up
They
for
don't.
that.
They don't.
You're not getting that recovery, like the help plus the recovery.
Right.
To help you keep going.
Right.
Sorry. But
yep.
you,
it's not the full extent of the recovery. Like it's, yeah, there's way more to it. Now that I'm on this side, there's way more to it.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point in my life, me and my son's dad, we're living in our car with our son, and we actually, I don't know if it was actually us or no, I think it was us. We got caught stealing something at a gas station. Come on. What? But we're under the influence. We don't care, you know, whatever. So of course I have, you know, my dad was more like a friend to me than ever a dad because he wasn't in my life before. So me and him both end up, you know, getting arrested, going to jail. It's crazy.
Together?
And like, yeah, we got arrested together. So I had to call my dad because I wasn't calling my mom. She had already hit my daughter. She thought I was getting better.
Yeah.
We're just not doing that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to call my dad. So I call my dad to come get my son. Right. He'll bail me out. Right. Yeah. He hasn't been in my life he'll do anything, like, you know. So I call my dad. He has to come get my son. Me and my son's dad, we go to jail together. We end up getting out that night. Don't you know, we don't go and call about my son. What do? We go and rip and run again. Yes, because that's the thing to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
No.
You're like, this sounds so fun.
But that's what we do. We're like, oh, we don't have a responsibility now. So that's how addicts' brains think. Literally. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you. And when people are like, oh, you chose this over your kids and blah, 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 blah. You don't know that, like, I promise you the devil is like firsthand in drugs. Like that is literally him in like a form. Like I'm not even that's what I feel like. Like that's what I felt like this, like the whole entire, I'm like, this is him, like not in the flesh, but in a form, you know, like,
yes.
So
truly.
Yeah, that's like, yeah, it's, yeah. My dad somehow, I can't remember, he ends up with temporary custody of our son. So then my son's dad, he ends up actually like getting a charge or something, and he went to jail for 3 years. So at this point, you know, still addicted, and now I'm on the streets by myself, alone. I'm by myself. Like I don't have anywhere to go. Homeless, alone. I'm just like, so I ended up started staying with like one of the people that would sell the rugs to us. I'm trying to like reword it. I can't say like so like there's no like getting clean at this point. Like I had unlimited access, like I could do whatever I want. I ended up like, you know, like running them out to other people. I'm trying to reword. I don't want to get into it. So like running them out to other people where they would get them and I exchange whatever. You know
like,
what I mean? Okay.
I'm trying to think of
you guys
what
can put the
called.
Pieces together, right?
Yeah, the runner.
So then, so I was doing that just so I could stay there. And then I ended up pregnant again. So I ended up pregnant by him. And I ended up giving birth to my daughter. This was in 2015. So this is like a year after I had my son.
Okay.
So my son's dad, he's in jail. So I already had a CPS case open. So of course, if you already have a CPS case open, if you have another child, automatically another one. But this time I wasn't in the clinic. I was actually on drugs. So I had my daughter. She was addicted when she was born. So now I have 2 kids that were born addicted, just addicted to different things. But I did get to end up taking her home. Only because I went and I found a treatment center. So finally I was like, okay, I'm done. Like, I got to figure this out. Like, this is my 3rd child that I'm about to lose. I got to figure this out. And there's something wrong. Like, there's something seriously wrong. I can't do this. And so, I ended up going and looking for, somebody told me about this treatment center or something. I don't remember how it came about. Maybe my CPS worker, she said, oh yeah, she said, if you get into treatment, cause I had a court date coming up. If you get into treatment, then maybe they'll see that as you're trying.
Yeah.
Still not clean, but I'm in treatment. What?
Yeah.
What? It's wild. I'm just like, okay, whatever. So I get into this treatment center.
Who is in charge here? Like, y'all are supposed to be helping me
I know,
get
I'm
better.
Right. I'm like, this is crazy. So I end up getting into this treatment center. I go to court. So obviously I'm clean by this point because I'm in the treatment center, but I'm not clean. I'm clean, but I'm not clean. I'm back at the clinic, which is right next door to the treatment center.
Okay.
So we can walk over there now. So that's easier, right? We can just walk there. It's easier.
And is
Whatever.
it free?
So, no, it wasn't free. I think it was like $15 a day or something. So yeah.
Okay. It's
It's
probably
crazy.
cheaper than the streets. I mean, I don't know. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. I think now, so at this point it was kind of newer. So they weren't, like covering it on like state insurance or whatever. But I think now they have done that because so many people, couldn't pay for it or something, but you get kicked out. So if you're all the way up, like in milligrams or something like that, and you don't pay, you get kicked out and you're back on the streets and you're withdrawing, addicted. You're back to the beginning. So it's crazy. It's a crazy process. I still don't understand it. It's weird.
It almost sounds like enabling a little bit, but
failure. They set you up for failure. Exactly. Just to keep you out of jail is what it sounds like to me. Looking back on this and now I'm like, that was just to keep me out of jail, apparently.
Yeah, you're like, I probably would be better in jail because I couldn't have access to these.
I know. Oh my gosh, I know. Go to court and everything, and they're like, oh, since you're in rehab, you're back in the clinic. You're fine. Everything's good. You're good. Go on. You know, we'll just see you next time. I'm like, okay, cool. So I stayed in that treatment center. I was in that treatment center for a long time. I don't remember why. Oh, I was waiting to get, so you're in the treatment center and then you get transferred to like what's called sober living, but it's your own apartment. It's just ran by somebody. But you still can do whatever you want.
Okay.
So I finally get into my apartment. I go and I transition to sober living. My daughter moves in with me. We're doing great. I have a job. I have a car. Oh, I have a car again. At this point, you know, I don't have a car or anything because I can't afford anything. So, I had a car again. I had a job. She was in daycare. We were doing really good.
Oh yeah.
But don't you know, I was so proud. Like I didn't really know Jesus at this point either. Still, I didn't have anybody telling me about it. I didn't have anybody teaching me about it. I was just trying to get through life. Like,
Rachel asked how old
at
were
this
you
point,
at this
Rachel,
point?
let me think, hold on. I was in my 20s, like early 20s, I believe. No.
So this had to be like.
So I had her in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like 2016-ish, maybe.
So
no, it
years
was
ago.
2015. Sorry. It was 2015. Yeah.
10 years ago. So what, 20?
Yeah, it was 10. Yeah. Yeah, I'm 35. So
35.
yeah, like
okay,
20.
so 25.
Well,
25,
yeah,
25.
So it was older than I thought. Yeah, I thought I was younger. Well. Okay.
Oh, Natalie says 26.
She said 26, girl.
That's still a baby.
Still, yeah.
That's still a baby.
It is, yes. So, yeah.
I mean,
it's old enough to where I shouldn't be doing that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. So I had her in 2015. So this is all 2015.
Okay.
And so don't you know, a girl from rehab came knocking on my door one day. Here's the enemy looking back. The enemy was literally physically knocking on my door.
Like, hey.
Knocking away. And she's like, hey, can I get a ride? And I'm just like, sure. You know, looking back, that was the enemy, like literally at my door, like literally, like
coming back.
So I was like, okay, yeah, like, oh, she's doing good now. Like she still doesn't know Jesus, but she's doing good. She'll get there. No.
Yeah.
So I gave her a ride, and she ended up coming back to my house. She tricked me is what it was. She said she was going to somebody's house and whatever. And she ended up actually overdosing in my sober living apartment. Yes. Had to call the ambulance, all that stuff.
More trauma, and you had your child
and so at this,
with you.
Yes, my daughter was there. Yeah. And it wasn't even me that was,
that's what
but because she was in my apartment, they have cameras right outside my door. So like the guy that ran the sober living, he calls me, and I'm just like, at this point, I'm like, you kind of give up, and I'm like, I figured I was just kind of like screwed anyways. Sorry about my screwed. Sorry. At this point, so I was like, oh, it's a good idea. Maybe I should just go get some anyways and do some, because I'm just going to get in trouble anyways, which I wasn't, because I was going to get a drug test. I wasn't, but that's what my mind thought.
You're feeling defeated.
So I ended up doing that. Right. Yes. The enemy, literally. Yes. Like, oh, it's so wild thinking about it now. I'm like, why did you do that?
You're just like,
so then
if you could go back.
It's like, knock, knock.
Yeah, no, shake
I know,
yourself,
like,
come
hello,
on, yeah.
Open your eyes.
Yeah.
Right now. So my sober living, he was in contact with my social worker, because it was all like tied together, So the next day, I get a call from my social worker, and, oh, my bad. Sorry. I forgot. I got called in for a drug test, of course. Failed that, knew I was going to do that. Then that night I get a call. So after I had failed that, he had called my social worker. That's what happened. And then I get a call from her, and she's like, I need you to meet me at McDonald's and hand your daughter over. Like, it needs to happen within the next hour, or you're going to have a warrant for your arrest. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yep. I know that was so hard to hear.
Yeah.
I would have lost it.
I was just like, that's what I did though. It was really weird. It's all kind of numb and kind of blurred, because I don't know, like, but that's what I did. I drove to McDonald's and I just handed my baby over. Like, she was, here you go. Like, I knew I had messed up. So maybe that's why I felt guilty. I was like, okay, I know I messed up. She ended up being in foster care for like 2 years, I think. What's crazy is because my mom has my oldest daughter at this point. My dad has my son. So I'm like, I had asked them both if they could take her, and nobody could take her. I didn't have anybody else. Like, so she ended up in foster care for 2 years. She did eventually get adopted out by a really nice family. She's in a very nice family now. I know who they are and everything like that. I got very fortunate with that. I don't get to have any contact, but
okay. But she's in a good place, a good stable home.
Yeah. Yeah, I did my investing, like how we become like little detectives and all that stuff.
I would have been
we can figure out anything.
Everything I could have.
Yeah, right. Right, I did. Eventually I did. Yeah. I did. And then my friend ended up seeing her at a parade or something, was like, isn't this your daughter? And I was like, oh my gosh, it is. Like, it's crazy. But
that must have been
so after
hard,
that,
though.
I'm like, what else?
Yeah.
It was
hard.
It was so hard. Yep.
And like, do you remember like what you were thinking after you like gave your daughter to CPS, or you just were like not?
I don't remember anything. Like it's crazy to me, because I took pictures with her in the car, like thinking like this is gonna be the last pictures I'm ever gonna see, because I'm a piece of crud and I'm never gonna get my life together. Just, you know what I mean? All that stuff that the enemy puts in your head.
Yeah.
And like, I'm just a horrible mother and this and that and the other.
You're not worthy to be
so
loved.
I have pictures of her. Yeah. I have pictures of her, but and it's, I don't remember. It's crazy. I don't really remember a lot. I do remember like going in the restaurant and just handing my daughter over. It was crazy. It was.
And do you sign anything?
It was crazy.
Bree.
Yeah. So when they go in foster care, you really don't at that point. But which now thinking back, like I have rights and I could have fought it, but I didn't know. CPS knows that you people don't know. They can CPS gets away with a lot of stuff. Let's just say that. We'll just leave it at that. But I knew I was in the wrong. I knew I wasn't able to care for my child. I knew I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. So I'm not going to fight them. Like, I knew I was wrong, you know? Bree said, will you ever get to have contact? So you do fill out a packet, and that you fill out all of your information, like your family and all that stuff, and they give it to them. Supposedly when they're 18, they're able to give them that packet, and they can come find their family if they want to. That's supposedly what I was told.
Yeah.
I don't know how accurate that is, but how do they keep all that stuff for 18 years is beyond me. I'm not sure.
Yeah. But as long as
I don't know.
they
With
have
all
your,
the CPS workers.
yes, your name, and with social media today, what it is, like, you know, I think that it would be a little bit easier.
So the judge set that rule. So I kind of left that part out a little. So I had gone back and forth to court like a million times at this point, and the judge was finally like, I'm done with you. Like, I'm done. Like, he legit did not like to see me in his courtroom. Like, he was like, I'm done. Like, he gave me 2 years. Usually you only get, I think it's like a year and a half, and then they get adopted out. They can only be in foster care for so long or something. I don't know. But she was there for 2.5 years, and they kept giving me more time, and I still kept messing up. Still.
It's
could
hard.
not stay clean, even for my children. Like, yes, it was hard. It was so hard. Like, crazy. It was hard.
Your body
But that's
craving this stuff, and like, I can't even imagine. I can't.
You honestly don't care about anything. You don't care about anything. You don't care about who you hurt, anything. You don't care about nothing but what you're chasing. It's crazy.
So they're saying,
so when somebody gets adopted, like, and it's a closed case, yes, but the adopted family, so at this point, my dad, she was going to my dad's and seeing my son, so they were seeing each other together at my dad's house, and the foster parents, they had promised they would keep in contact with my son, and they didn't follow through. So my son just got cut off from his sister out of nowhere.
Oh my gosh, that had to be
they
hard
didn't follow
for him
through
too. Alyssa, that's what I was thinking. Take a 23andMe.
They terminated my rights. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
23andMe.
Like a DNA test.
I know where she is. I know.
Okay.
Yeah, I know where she is and everything. It's just legally I can't just knock on her door like, hey, I'm your birth mom. You know, I can't do that, and I don't want to do that because that's not my place to do that. Honestly, she has parents, but. So the only thing is, I know now she's asking because she's actually mixed, but she's more on the dark side. She looks more not mixed, and her parents are both white. So she's asking like, why am I a different color? Why am I different? You know, I do know she has been asking that. What's crazy is my nephew goes to the same elementary school that she goes to.
Okay, so you kind of have a little bit of, you're like, I'm doing everything legally. But you're like, I can see from a distance, my girl is safe. She's in a much better place than I could have been able to give to her. Yes.
Yep.
So
I just watched from afar.
So who made it a close adoption? You said the judge did, or the adoptive parents did?
No, the judge does. The judge says
it has to be cut off.
I don't know if they get a choice in that, or if the judge just automatically says that. I'm not sure. I think so my rights got terminated. It wasn't like I put her up for adoption thing. So when you put somebody up for adoption, you can choose if you want it closed or not. If you get your rights terminated, that's your rights terminated. Your rights are completely terminated. You have no contact at all. So I think that's the difference, maybe.
Okay. That could definitely be.
Yeah, it was in Kentucky, so they're Commonwealth. It could be the state too. You never know. So after I lost my daughter, I was kind of like, whatever, I'm done. Like, this is, what else do I have to live for? I caught some more charges. Ended up in jail. I got sent back to jail. They were for misdemeanor charges. And then when I was in jail, I was about to get released, and I found out I had a felony charge pending from a crime that I had committed a year prior. They had just given me the felony charge. I find out that I have this felony charge pending, and it's in like a different county or whatever. So they don't let me out. I think I'm getting out. They don't let me out. I go and I get sentenced for this felony charge that I have. And they end up giving me 5 years probation. Whenever you're on probation, you have to get like rug tests done every now and then. You call and it's like a color or whatever. So I call and I go and get my first one done, and I'm doing great. I'm clean by now. So yeah, I ended up violating my probation. I think I maybe like tested dirty or something. And I got sent back to jail again. I got sent back to jail on a pending charge. So when I was on probation, I didn't do anything. It's just if you're on probation and you have like other charges that pop up, you get a violation for that, and that gets held account against you. So it looks like you committed another crime. So I got sent back to jail, and I didn't do anything that time. So yeah, I'm in jail again.
And you're like,
but I'm clean and everything.
Oh, so I was gonna ask if you were clean and if you had tested dirty, if it was just for MJ or which. Yeah,
no, I had tested clean that time. But there was a charge from before when me and my son's dad were out like committing crimes. Like we were committing a lot, and they were all catching up to us at this point. So I was getting a lot of charges at one time, and then I end up getting released. So at this point, I go in front of the judge. The judge is like, okay, you obviously have a rug problem. Let's send you to treatment, right? I'm like, okay, cool. So then I get sent to treatment, and this is where the first time I get sent to a Christian treatment center. Okay,
I was wondering.
And, yeah. I got sent to and I was like, so the owners of it, they're like these very two like older people, and they are so dear to my heart now. The guy had just passed away like last year, the year before. So dear to my heart. Like the greatest people. They physically come and they pick you up from jail, and it was in Indiana. It's like an 1.5-hour drive. They took me to Frisch's, fed me a meal, and then drove me to the treatment center. The whole time I'm sitting in Frisch's, I'm like, how can I run from these old people? Like, I gotta get out of here.
You're like, where am I going?
Yeah. They drive me to this, and they're talking about, they're asking me about myself the whole ride there, and I'm just sitting there out the window like, is this gonna be over? Like, what is happening? Why a Christian one out of all places? Why do I gotta go to one that talks about God all the time? This is silly.
And all those preconceived notions that people have about Christians in their head, like.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. I thought I was in a cult when I got there. I'm not going to lie. And they took me to this crazy place. They had well water. It was in the middle of a cornfield. I'm thinking like, I can just escape. I can run, whatever. You can't smoke cigarettes. You cannot wear revealing clothing. You have to wear shorts up like, that are down to your knees. Like, you can't talk to boys, So I'm like, this is a cult. This is crazy. These people are nuts.
Yeah, you're like, these
and we're in the van. Yeah, I'm like, this is crazy. They put you in a van. They take you go to church 3 times a week. And you go in a van, and they turn on Christian music, right? And I'm like, this is definitely a cult. This has got to be a cult. This is crazy. I call my mom. I'm like, Mom, you don't understand. This is nuts. Like, these people are nuts. No, they were just Christians. Like now I'm the crazy Christian lady. Yeah. Yes, they were. Oh, yes, they were. Like, they are such good people.
They were your saving grace.
Yeah, it's crazy that I got sent there too. It's like, it's just, it's crazy because so what they do is they actually handpick the people that get to come there. They only have so many beds, and they handpick you, which is wild thinking about it now.
Yeah, they were like,
I was handpicked.
She's the one. Jesus says she's the one. I'm coming
for
her.
She needs Jesus. Yeah.
Only Jesus can save her.
And so I'm going, and then this is finally when I learn about God and Jesus, and I start getting into the Bible, and I'm like, I get baptized for my very first time in this rehab because they go to church. So I get baptized, and what's crazy is they make you stand up in front of the whole church, and you give your testimony of how you got clean and how you became there, and then you get baptized.
How long were you at this place before you got baptized, before you got saved?
It wasn't that long because the treatment center is I think it's only like 6 months. Okay. So I was only there for like 3 or 4 months. Like, and they hold you accountable. The classes they teach, every single thing, every walk of that treatment center is biblical. It's Christian based. It's like, it's just amazing. Like they take these women that are suffering and they just turn their, they help turn their whole lives around. It's they like cut you off from the world and you're just living in this little bubble, this little like Christian bubble, I guess you would say. And it's just it was so easy when I was there. Let's just say that.
Yeah, because you're
It was just
surrounded
easier.
by Christians.
Yeah.
You're going to
Yeah.
church 3 times a week. You have no outside
Mhm.
noise coming in. And, you
Yep.
know,
They make you get up, they make you cook, they make you clean, they make you do all of the, the wifely biblical things that you're
Mhm.
supposed to be doing. Yeah, and it's just I finally began, my relationship with God at this point. I thought I had a good relationship. I knew him, and I was baptized, but now that where I am now, I mean, I don't know.
you were
I'm
on
not really
fire
sure.
for Jesus then. You know what I'm saying? You were on fire for him
Yeah,
then. And you
yeah,
accepted what you thought, which is
that's
even
true.
great. That just means you've grown since then.
Yeah.
So whenever you decided to get baptized, was there like a moment you were like, okay, yes, I
Mhm.
want to get baptized. I want to be saved. Like,
Yeah.
do you remember that
Yep.
moment? Like,
Yeah, kind of. Like I said, I don't think I fully understand at that point, I didn't think I fully understand what like being baptized meant. I mean, I kind of did, but I kind of didn't, like now that I am where I am today, like I knew I didn't fully understand it then, but I was like, okay, this is the only way that I can learn more or know more, stuff like that. So I was like, okay, I have to do this. Like, so I did it. And that was my first time getting baptized. Let's see. So I completed that treatment. And then of course, I got sent to Indiana, so I'm away from, my home place and everything like that. So I get sent after my treatment's over, everything's good. I get sent back to Northern Kentucky,
mhm.
right back in the madness it was a sober living. So the sober living is kind of connected to the Christian rehab that I was at. It's a Christian sober living. Cause I was like, I don't want to go to just any place. I want to go somewhere that's still Christian, that's still, helping me or whatever. But you have to get into this place too. Like you have to write certain papers and you have to be voted in by the house is what it is. Yeah. So I go back to Northern Kentucky and I go to, it's a Christian, it's like a Christian halfway house, I guess you would call it. And you have free will to do whatever. You just have to follow the rules. You have to, do rug tests, all that stuff. So I end up going to, they're called WEBN fireworks. I don't know if you guys know what these are. We have them in Kentucky.
I haven't.
It's like a big fireworks show. Okay. Yeah. It's like a big fireworks show, whatever. So I decide, I meet a guy, of course, newly sober. Let's meet a new guy. That sounds like a great idea.
Like, I'm trying to find love.
So I do that.
Sober. Yeah.
Right, I know. I'm sober. I can find love now. Yeah, not a good idea. Work on yourself. So I go to the fireworks, and of course everybody's drinking and stuff like that. I'm newly sober, so I'm like, hey, yeah, I want some. I want to have a good time. You can't have a good time sober. You got to drink.
Like,
it's a
drink.
not true.
It's a drink. That's what you're thinking.
Yeah,
right?
it's just one. Exactly. No, it's not accurate at all. Don't listen to the lies, guys.
Don't even.
So yeah, I go and I get, have more than one, get, messed up, whatever you want to call it. So then like, I'm like, oh, I can't go back to my sober living. This sober living, like what? I'm, wasted or whatever. So I'm like, okay, yeah, we got invited to a party.
At the sober living, did you have like, what's it called when you have to be in by a certain time? A curfew. Or no?
Oh, curfew? Yeah.
Okay, so you did. Okay.
So I missed curfew. Yeah, missed curfew. So there's a violation already. Silly.
Yeah.
And then we get invited to this party, and I'm like, yeah, I might as well. I'm already kicked out. I might as well just go to a party, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not a good idea. Go to a party. They have drugs there.
And
so I'm
you're
like,
drunk.
I'm already, exactly. Yeah, not thinking clearly. So I'm like, yeah, of course. Well, apparently mixing those together isn't good. So I ended up overdosing, got thrown in a hallway, and pretty much got thrown in a hallway to die. I woke up to like all these EMTs around me and everything. Yeah.
That
was the very first time that like yeah, I got Narcan or whatever. I had to go to the hospital, all that stuff.
Do you know who called the
And then
ambulance or anything like that, or you just?
I think the people at the apartment did, but they didn't really want to say that I was at their place. You know what I mean? They don't want to get in trouble or whatever. So they just threw me in the hallway. There's a girl in the hallway, and here I am in the hallway, like
Literally dying.
crazy.
Like,
Literally,
oh my
yes.
gosh,
Craziness, yeah. It's crazy, yeah. And this is like, I think, so this is the second time that I had overdose. Sorry, I forgot about the first one when I was living with the drug handler.
Okay.
Handler.
And you,
So, yeah, because I had unlimited access to that, and I had ended up overdosing then. And one of my best friends, she had ended up giving me CPR, and she actually broke my ribs, and I had to go to the hospital for that. So I forgot about that part. Sorry. So that was the second time.
that's
Um,
crazy.
yeah.
So I have a question.
I know.
When you
Yeah.
overdosed, did you have like any experiences or anything like that you remember, like during the overdose, or like kind of like an
No.
NDE? Or
So you don't remember anything?
Okay.
No, you don't remember anything. You just wake up, and you kind of just wake up like, wow, what happened? Like, it's crazy. But so whenever they give you like Narcan, you can actually like, you can still like continue to like overdose. That's why they make you go to the hospital and get monitored and all that stuff, because they want to make sure that you're not going, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In and out of it. But you don't remember anything. You just wake up like, wow, what happened? You know, it's kind of crazy actually how it is. But
crazy.
I mean, yeah, that was the second time. And then after that, obviously I got kicked out of sober living, so I was on probation, all that stuff. So I'm on the run now for a while. Here's where I first start running. I'm on the run. Let's see. And then a month later, I get woken up by the EMTs for the second time. This is my third overdose. But this time, I got woken up and I was in the Kroger bathroom. I guess I had fell when because I was going all out. I was just ripping and running at this point.
So when you were doing this rub, were you doing one or were you doing multiple? Or I'm sorry if this is too.
So no, you're fine. Just one.
It was
Starts with the H1. The H1.
Okay.
And I had been using like it wasn't like the nose way. It was the. Can I say needle way? Sorry, I don't know if I can say that, but yeah, it was that way, because of course, I got introduced to it that way, because it's just the more you do it, the more ways that I don't know. It's hard to explain. I got introduced to that like in the beginning, so.
And if that becomes your normal,
but
you know, like.
Yeah. And then honestly, like sometimes people don't really get like you're addicted to that rug, but honestly, it's like the needle. You know what I'm saying? Like some people get addicted to that. It's really crazy. Like that wasn't my case, but it's crazy. It really is. It's
she said intravenous.
Kind of wild to think about.
Intravenously.
Yeah, intravenously. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Some people don't know what that is, Kayla.
Some of us aren't that smart.
Some people don't know that.
Remember, we are not the AP students.
Right. Hello. So I was on the run. I had got woken up again. At this point in my life, I was so lost. Like I just thought this was my life. Like this is how I'm going to go out.
Just
like this is it.
Like
piling and piling. It's just
piling. Yeah.
It's it's just one thing another kept happening. And let's see.
And during this
at this point,
were you going to church?
Sorry,
were you speaking to God? Were you doing any of this? No. Okay.
That's the thing. I had spent all this time. I had gotten baptized, remember? And here I am back on the streets again. Like that's why I say I don't fully think I understand exactly what it meant,
Yeah.
And I don't think honestly 6 months was long enough to even
6 months, you know, like a year,
have a full relationship. Yeah. And to get clean and to have I just don't think
a full picture.
It wasn't.
Were you doing therapy? Were you doing things like this?
No.
Yeah. And if you get out of that cycle, you just
I wasn't doing anything. And mind you, I was diagnosed. I had bipolar. I had depression really, really, really bad at this point. And I wasn't taking my medication anymore. I wasn't doing anything to help. And it was just adding onto it is what I'm saying. Like I couldn't control my emotion. Because when somebody's bipolar, like your mood switches very fast. Like I had severe bipolar depression. Like I couldn't control it. I would go upstairs one person, come downstairs like the next person. Like my mom used to mess with me about that and think it was a joke. And I'm like, this is not funny. Like this is how it is. Like she still was like, yeah, you used to go up one person and come down. I'm like, bipolar. That's what it means.
Yeah.
Mood.
And
but
you weren't taking your meds.
So no, I didn't. Yeah, I wasn't doing anything. My husband, get out of here. Get out of here. Told you not to get in here. Get out of here. I know, because he doesn't believe in like medication or anything like that, which now I know I don't need that stuff. As long as I have a relationship with Jesus, I don't need any of that stuff. Like he can cure all. I don't need none of that, you know? So, right. Yeah. But I don't have anything against anybody that takes any medication. Right? That's why I didn't want to say anything. Like I don't.
Yeah, no. This is a
however
no
you handle
judgment.
It's fine.
It's each our own.
If you handle your situation differently or something, then that is perfectly fine. So at this point, I had ended up, when I was in the sober living or whatever, the Christian sober living, I was messaging my husband. We met on Plenty of Fish, the app, the dating app.
This husband?
Yes, my now husband. Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I've only been married one time. Yeah. So I had been messaging him. Didn't know him. Right. He's a guy on the internet. Didn't know him at this point. I messaged him to come pick me up because I had gotten kicked out of my sober living. Right. I'm like, hey, come get me. Right. Great idea. Have some random guy pick you up on the side of the road. That sounds like a perfect plan. Perfect. It's crazy. So he comes and picks me up, and we still laugh about this today. He came and picked me up, and I literally had a garbage bag of clothes. Like, that's all I had. That's it.
He was like,
why he came and picked me up? Yeah. Did you think I was going to be like, I don't know what he was thinking, but yeah. I had a garbage bag full of clothes. Yeah, our story, how we met and stuff is crazy. It was a wild ride in the beginning. It really was. Like, it was rocky.
Yeah.
Because of me mostly, but hey, it was rocky. So I ended up staying at his house, at his apartment. And he's like a random guy, right? I don't know who he is, but I'm staying at his house. Like, he didn't really know much like about my past or anything like that. He didn't really know anything about that. He just picked me up on the side of the road with a garbage bag.
I love it.
So then I'm at his house. I go to probation like a few days later, while he was at work, right? And I tell them, so this was when I had already like gotten, drunk and had went to the hospital and all that stuff. He didn't know that. So this is when I had to go and I had to meet with my probation officer, and I go in there and I tell him like, take me to jail. I messed up again. Just take me to jail now before it gets out of hand. Just take me to jail.
Yeah.
So he did. He violated me. And granted, I did this when my now husband, when he was at work. Okay. So he didn't know where I was.
And what year was
why
this?
I didn't tell him, I don't know.
So you were staying with him, and then you just asked to go to jail, and he has no idea this is happening. Hey, you were trying to do what's best for you.
Yeah.
I think he gets it now.
I was like, let's just go to jail before this gets out of hand. Like, just take me to jail. I think this was in 2017 because we had met or 2000. Babe, do you remember? Are you in here still?
I think he is here.
I can't remember. But it was like 2017, maybe like late. I think it was early 2017, I think, or late 2016.
He said 16.
2016. There you go. I always forget that. So I ended up getting violated for my probation because I told him like, hey, I'm dirty. Yeah. Late 2016. Yeah. Okay. So then they put me in jail, and I sat there for 3 months. And this time I got sentenced to, I had to go to rehab again, but I had to go to one for like a long term. So the one I was just in was considered short term. They wanted me in a long term because, long term would help me more, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And so long term is a year?
Clearly, no. It's a year or more. So, So this one, long term, they hold you more accountable. Like, you have to make your bed like military style. You have to like shine the chrome on your bathroom sink. Like, it's very strict. Like, it's strict. You have a backpack. You have to go like you're going to school every day. Like, it is strict.
Wow. Yeah.
And if one person messes up, doesn't chrome their something or doesn't make their bed properly, the whole entire house gets put on property restriction, and you don't get to do anything. You don't get to leave. So
It was like military.
That was one reason why.
Boot camp.
It is. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. You have to roll your clothes up and all that stuff. Yes. They don't mess around at all. It's it's crazy. It was in Louisville, Kentucky, which was like an hour from like northern Kentucky where I'm at. I think it's like an hour. It might be a little over an hour, but it's like an hour. So I'm like an hour from my family. Okay. My now husband or whatever, he would come and visit me in jail the whole time I was in jail. He found me finally, that I was in jail. He found me, and he would come visit me.
We need to know this story, how he found you.
I think he posted on my Facebook, and my brother was like, "Oh, she's in Boone County again," like just nonchalantly, like she's in jail again. I'm like, it's nothing new. We're going on about 8 or 9, 10 years now. Like she's in jail. My family was coming to visit me when I was down there. I had been there for I think like 3 or 4 months, maybe. I could be getting the time wrong. It had only been for a few months. I know that much. Somebody didn't make their bed properly or something. Well, mind you, my family's driving almost 2 hours to come see me, right? They didn't make their bed properly. So we got put on property restriction, and I wasn't able to go see my family. Like, they drove all the way down there for nothing. You don't find out until that very day. So I was mad. I had it. I was like, this is crazy. And so I end up texting or calling my husband, which he wasn't my husband at the time. I was like, come get me. I'm done. Oh, he had dropped me off down there. Sorry. He had taken me down there and dropped me off out of jail. And he came down and picked me back up.
You're like,
knowing I was going to get in trouble. Yeah.
Okay, so
he came and picked me back up, and I left.
This was court ordered.
Yes. So if you left, you pretty much are like wanted, pretty much. Okay. So I ended up leaving. I ended up being wanted. I had a probation violation again.
The dog.
But he came and got me. So I'm on the run again. Here we are again, running from the law, looking back every 5 seconds.
Yeah, you're like, what is going on with me?
Yeah, it's silly. So I'm like hiding out at his house because nobody really knows like who he is or about him or anything because he had just came into my life. So I'm staying at his place. And like what's crazy is when he would go to work, he would work third shift. I would go to the bar. Like stupid. Like
by yourself.
Just wild stuff. Yes, wild stuff, girl. Yes, I would walk down the street and go to the bar. We would get in a fight all the time about it, and yeah. So at this point, okay, I'm staying at his house, and he's originally from like Texas, like Corpus Christi area. So he finds out that his dad passes away. So we drive all the way down to Texas, and I barely know him, and I went all the way to Texas with him to go to his dad's funeral because I'm like, I'm on the run, like I'm not,
You're like, I have no responsibilities. Get me out of here.
Let's go. Right. As long as I'm not in Kentucky, get me out of here. So we go down there. We go to his dad's funeral. We come back to Kentucky, and like, I don't know if I found out I was pregnant. Oh yeah. So we come back to Kentucky, and we decide like, hey, let's just move to Texas. Like, we just want to go back. We like it there,
Yeah.
So then one night I remember I was drinking, I think, and I got really, really like completely wasted or whatever, and like I started having cramps really bad, and I'm like, what in the world? So he takes me to the hospital. Come to find out I'm pregnant again. Okay, so now I'm pregnant, and yeah, I'm pregnant. And then so I end up just leaving because like I pulled all my IVs out and everything. I was like, I'm going to jail, I'm wanted, like let's just get out of here. So come to find out they weren't even paying attention to me in there. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But so yeah, that happened. So I find out I'm pregnant. And then we did end up moving back to Texas, but I'm still wanted. Okay. I'm still wanted by my probation officer. And then one day we were down there in Kentucky. I know I'm wanted, and I'm like running because I'm pregnant at this point. I'm like, I'm not going to jail pregnant. I'm not having my baby in jail. Because I was looking at 5 years, storing 5 years. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like, no. So let's just go to Texas. Great idea. That's a great idea. Yeah, let's just go there. That'll make it all go away.
Yeah.
So yeah, we moved to Texas, and then like I kept getting all these messages from my friends up in Kentucky. Like my friend Natalie that's in here, she's like, I thought you were missing, girl, because I was on the news on Crimestoppers. They were looking for me. I was wanted by the U.S. Marshals. I'm like, for a probation violation? What is happening? I didn't murder anybody.
It's not that serious.
I know. I'm like, it's really not. So I'm like, wow, okay. So I'm like, well, So then I decided, I was like, you know what? I was with my husband. We have been together. We're about to, I was pregnant. I'm like, okay, this is my life. This is what I want. You know what I mean? Marriage, family, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So then I decided, I'm like, you know what? This is what I want in life. Like, I want this all over with. I decided to call my probation officer and I was like, look, I'll make a deal with you. Like, I have to make a deal with him. Like, what? And because I was 18 hours away. Like, I knew they weren't going to come get me. I was high risk pregnancy, right? Because my other two kids were born addicted. So I was a high risk pregnancy, right? So I was, getting extra care, and I'm like, they're not going to want to do all this in jail. And, I got the upper hand here, right? They're going to do what I say. They don't do what you say. So I was like, well, if I come back, I'm in Texas. He's like, we know where you are. They knew where I was the whole time. They just didn't want to come get me.
Yeah.
And I said, if I come back, can I get put on house arrest? Like, cause I'm pregnant, and I gave him all this stuff. And he was like, yeah, you come back and I'll put you on house arrest. So we packed up our stuff. We moved back to Kentucky like 2 days. He gave us like 2 days, I think is what he gave us. I don't even know if he gave us that long. Or yeah, I think he did give us 2 days. We came back up 2 days later. I went to court, got put on house arrest. He followed through like he said he would. So now I'm no longer wanted.
Christ.
Whew, that's relief.
Yes.
Right. Then we're staying at my now sister-in-law. We were staying at her house. Never met her, but I'm asking her like, hey, can I use your address up here to be put on a house arrest? She's like, what? I don't even know this girl.
Yeah.
Love her.
I didn't know what your husband was saying. Like, my girl needs help. He's down for anything. Yeah.
Yeah. He called her. He was like, can we come stay at your house? Blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh. It was wild. I'm just like, what was she thinking? Like this, why would you pick this girl?
Because you're amazing.
So yeah, I go to, it's crazy. It's so crazy. I used to not be a very nice person. Like I'm completely different. I try so hard to be different, like to be a different person. Like it's crazy. So yeah, then I'm going to my court dates and everything. One day I just go to court and they're like, okay, we're cutting your bracelet off. I'm like, all right, cool. They take it off, whatever. So then I am going to have my daughter in 2017. And I did end up going to church with my husband a few times at this point. He was going with his other daughter's mom. They were all like friends or whatever. And I did end up going and I was like, this is weird. Like they're all singing, standing up and like, this is weird. Like
what kind of like oh my god.
It was non-denominational. It was like Christian. Okay, so I go back to court and so even though I got put on house arrest, I came back, I showed up, I'm clean, all this stuff. We still have to face our consequences, right? Mm-hmm. So I still had to do time in jail. I had a full-time job. I just gave birth to my daughter. But they wanted me to do jail time, period. Like I had to do jail time. So
yeah.
I ended up getting sent and I'm like, listen, I have a full-time job. Like, can I do weekends or whatever? So they sentenced me to weekends. I had to go back to jail every Friday. I got off work, went to jail, went and took myself to jail Friday, got out Monday morning and went straight to work.
That's crazy.
And I did that for 12 weeks. It was hard because I felt like, I don't know. I just had a, like, yeah. So my husband kept my daughter. It's crazy because like one of my friends helped him out and like filled the gaps and like met him because he was working too. So like he had to figure out the schedule. I couldn't do anything. I was in jail in the week. It was crazy.
Yeah.
We figured it out though. We got through it. So I found out I was pregnant again in 2019 with our second daughter that we have now. A few years later, I found I was pregnant. And then we ended up moving out of his sister's house. We moved to our own apartment. Finally, we got our own apartment. My husband ended up paying off of all of my restitution. So all the times that I stole something or, like I wrote a bad check at a bank one time and cashed it. I had to pay all of that back, all of it, before I could get off probation. Like I owed so much money to so many people. And my husband paid all of that off. Every single penny, he paid it all off for me. So then I got put on non-reporting after he had paid it off. So that means I don't have to report to probation office anymore, but I'm still on probation. Mm-hmm. So if I was to get in trouble or anything like that, I would still get in trouble. Like I would still get violated, but I don't have to report to them. I don't have to do drug tests anymore. I don't have to do any of that. It's easier,
Yeah.
And when you're on probation, I will say that when you're on probation, you have to get approved where you live at. You have to get your job approved. You have to get everybody that's in your house approved, like before you can do any of that. So it's crazy. I had my daughter in 2019. And then me and my husband, we ended up getting married in 2021.
That's when I got married.
And then at this point, we just really. Oh yeah. I know. Remember when our story? It's so crazy because I feel like you're like my long lost sister because like our stories are so kind of like similar. Not like the addiction part that I'm talking about, but like just from Bible study, we're like, wait a minute, I went through that too. Wait, no, what?
Yeah, so like many connections.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I was like, she's my long lost sister.
Yes.
I swear. And then we decided we want to move back to Texas. We're like, we just want to be by the beach. We love the beach. We want to be back to Texas. So here we are, moving again.
Hey,
so I'm still on probation though right now. Right. Yeah. Do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was still on probation. I wasn't really supposed to move, but I did anyways. Silly. Okay, so this is where like the demonic oppression and stuff comes in. So when we moved back to Texas, my daughter, they kept saying like there's monsters in our room. And we were just kind of blowing it off like, oh, there's no monsters in your room. Like, you're fine. There's no monsters in your room. Like, go to bed, you know? So just remember that part for later on, okay? Because there was monsters there.
Listen, I wholeheartedly believe in all of this. Yeah. So 100%. Yeah. It's real.
And I know some people are on the fence about it, but I'm telling you, the end of my story right here, I'm telling you, this is all true. I didn't like, this is exactly how it happened. And it's crazy. I didn't think it would ever happen to me. I was like, oh, that stuff's not real, you know? And it is. It's so real. It's so real, man.
It's so real.
So yeah, it is so real. So I'm in Texas and I have to fly back to Kentucky because my probation officer is going to let me off probation early. But they don't know I'm in Texas. So I'm like, oh no, I got to fly back to Kentucky to go to court to get off paper, you know? So I end up flying back there by myself. And my husband and my kids, they stayed in Texas. And I ended up staying up there for a few days. I was like, you know, I'll stay up there for a few days. My flight, there was no other flight. It was like a few days later or something. So I ended up actually staying up there for like 2 or 3 days, I think is what it was. So while I'm in Kentucky, my dad's like, oh, let's go celebrate you getting off probation. I'm like, okay. And mind you, he has drinking problems and stuff. Yeah. My dad comes back in the picture. Yeah. And, he ended up taking me camping alone, and he gets drunk in SA. Is that what I say? Yeah. SA. Yeah. We're there. I have no service, whatever. So
I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. And it's crazy because it happens as an adult. Like I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. And it's weird because like now finding out, I have somebody else in my family that same thing he has said to them too. And I'm like, wow, I thought it was just me, you know? And it's crazy because I'm looking back and I'm like, yeah, he's not right. There's something wrong. Like the way he is around his children. So
yeah, absolutely.
So I fly back to Texas after this. I don't say a word about anything. I fly back to Texas like everything's normal, you know,
like whatever just has happened.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy.
I'm so sorry. There's so much that can be unpacked there, but like...
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. And like, I end up telling my mom because my oldest daughter, she's a teenager now, you know, she's about to be 16. She's about to be driving, and like, she knows my dad, but I don't want her over there alone because who knows what he'll do to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she's beautiful. Like, and I'm like, no. So I was like, I need to tell my mom this, even though I don't want to tell her. I need to tell her. But come to find out, my mom had me checked for that when I was younger because the court forced me to go with him. But she never told me. So there's that too. She's like, I could have sworn one time that happened, but I'm like, why didn't you tell me? You know what I'm saying? So it's like...
So you could have some boundaries set in place. Have this
exactly. I ended up pregnant again. Sorry. I had my last baby. She's 3 now. I had her in 2023. We ended up moving back to Kentucky for, I think, my husband's job or something like that. So I gave birth to her in Texas, and then, I know what it was. Sorry. I gave birth to her in Texas. She was born with it's called a congenital nevus on her head, but it's like a big mole on her head.
Okay.
And apparently the hospitals in Texas, they don't know anything about it. So Cincinnati Children's is in Kentucky. So I was like, well, let's just go back up there. He had some job or something, I think is what happened. And so it kind of worked out. So I went back up there and I was like, well, she had to get an MRI at like 4 weeks to make sure it wasn't like cancer or anything, which she's fine. It's not cancer or anything, but, so yeah, that's why. So we're back in Kentucky at this point. We're back again in Kentucky. we're back and forth a lot. Okay. So we're back there. And then this is when we really started going to church. So we found a home church there. And we started going to church, every Saturday night. And then I would take the girls and my oldest daughter. So my oldest daughter, my mom's never really like kept her from me. She's just kept her out of danger from when I was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's never really kept her from me. So at this point, she's back in my life completely. I'm picking her up. We're going to church together. She has found a church. And so I started going to that church because that was her church, my teenage daughter. So yeah.
Yeah, that's so good.
And it's crazy because I had went to that church one time and then I just never went back to that church. But me and my husband had found one we tried to look for one on Saturday evenings because he works on Sunday. So he's not able to go on Sunday. So we were going on Saturday nights to this one. And then I would pick my oldest daughter up from my mom's house and I would take my girls to her church on Sunday, which they're both non-denominational Christian, whatever you want to call them. So we're going, twice a week, to church. So at this point, I know God, I know, and I'm like so hungry to like know more now because I'm going to church twice a week. Like, you know what I mean? And I started reading my Bible. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm talking about when you're just like, I want to know more. I want to keep reading. I want to know more. Like, I just want to know more.
You cannot get enough. You're obsessed. Like,
yeah. And let's see. So my oldest daughter, so I was there in 2023 when she got baptized. My oldest daughter got baptized, at her church. She decided to get baptized. So this is when, not everybody's going to like agree with me on this or whatever, but this is when like the demonic oppression and stuff like that came in. So my husband was talking to me and he was like, I don't think that, God was telling me like, we don't need to celebrate Halloween anymore. And I'm like, what? Why? And he's like, I don't know. He just told me we don't need to celebrate it. Of course I was like, that's silly. We don't, at this point, God's not talking to me, and yeah. I'm not really like being the wife that I'm supposed to be or being like submissive to him and what he's hearing and what he's believing. You know what I mean? I'm not there yet. I'm not at that point yet.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you're silly. So I ended up going and taking my daughters we actually went to my sister-in-law's house, Jennifer that was in here. And, we actually celebrated Halloween that night. We believe that's the night that she got, possessed, I guess. Possessed. Okay. I don't know if I can say that word. I don't know if I can say that, but
I think
yes.
You can say that.
So
for sure. I mean,
so the reason why I say this,
I watched a lot of paranormal stuff, so I think you're good.
I used to too. I used to watch that too. I know, me too.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's crazy.
So the reason why that I say that is because like, so my oldest, she's not my oldest daughter, but she's like our oldest daughter together, the one I had in 2017. So I realized like she was being so mean, just so mean. Like she wouldn't listen to anybody. And, she was just out to be so mean to her sisters. Remember I said that she was saying there was monsters in her house and all that stuff. Well, that was in Texas. We had already moved. And I think we were staying in a hotel at this point because his job paid for it or something, or we were like transitioning. And then, so me and my husband are sitting there one night and like the TV was so loud. You know how kids watch TV so loud, right? So it was so loud and she was kind of sitting close to the TV and me and my husband are like sitting there trying to figure out like, what is wrong with her? Like, why is she acting this way? Like, and he was just like saying like, dude, if I wouldn't know any better, like I would think she was like possessed. And I'm not even kidding you. When he said that, she turned around and looked at us and started laughing, like that evil laugh. Like, you know how her head didn't spin around, not that, but you know what I'm talking about? The evil, the ha ha ha. Well, when she did that, we looked at each other and I was like, I got to thinking and I was like, oh no. I was like, I think you're right. The demon, it knew that we knew that it was there. It knew by this point. There was no hiding it. So I went back and I looked at like her old pictures and stuff like that. And what's crazy is about this, I know people aren't going to like agree with any of this or anything like that. So I went back and looked at her pictures and you can tell. So they like to show themselves, in pictures and stuff like that. So I go back and I actually have a video on here. It's about her, like her walk through it. and you can see her
I'll
face
have
change
to,
in each
you'll have to
picture.
send that one. I don't think I seen that one. Yeah.
It's crazy because I was going back and I was looking through the pictures and I was like, oh my goodness. Like, I was like, yeah, my friend was just talking about her son watching YouTube.
My son does too.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah.
no.
And there's a lot of videos out there that talk about the YouTube and the stuff like that. And, it just, so the demon or whatever, it knew that we knew that it was there. And I went back in the pictures and I could see her face. You could see it was always smiling evilly. There's a video. I'll have to send it to you. I'll send it to you when I get off here. Okay, if you can't find it. And you can just see her face change. It's incredible. Like it's crazy. So yeah, when she previously had said that there was like monsters in her room or whatever, like, I'm like, whatever. There was the demons. They were torturing her. While she was sleeping. Yeah.
What was
she would tell us stories.
Yeah.
So yeah, she would tell us stories. I think this was after we had already, I don't know if this was after he had already, like renounced him or whatever. I don't know. I can't remember. So I think it was after that, because after that we could talk to her. So
yeah. Okay. So
I would talk to the demon all the time. Like I was alone with her and I was scared and I was like, you know, I've seen movies and I'm like, I'm going to get killed in my sleep or something. I'm like, I just kept telling it, like, I'm not scared of you. I have Jesus. I'm not scared of you. And it kept telling me like, I'm not scared of you. Like, you know what I mean? Like the evil. Yeah. And this was my daughter. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like it was crazy. And yeah. It was crazy. Like, but she would tell me the story. Sorry, I get off track so easily. She would tell me the stories, that, when she was sleeping, she was like, cause she knew Jesus and we were going to church and everything. And I was like, well, why don't you just call out to Jesus to help you? And she's like, but he's so far away. He's so far away. And I said, what do you mean he's so far away? Like me and my husband were talking about this. Yeah. Like, what do you mean? Like he's so far away. It's because she had this demonic, she was, that thing was over top of her and it was controlling her. And she said it would take her, she would go to sleep and it would take her out of her sleep and it would fly her away, so far away from Jesus that she couldn't cry out for him because he was so far away. This thing had been, you know, like, I guess it was attached to her for like 6 months and we didn't know a thing. Yeah. A thing. It's like the most heartbreaking thing ever. Like,
and how old was she at this time?
Oh my gosh. I want to say five, something like that. Yeah. I feel like she's very, like she's a very anointed child. Like she knows more about things than certain other children do. You know, oh, she was 4. Oh, sorry. Thanks for being in here and helping me out with the numbers. So she was 4. She's just very advanced in her like spiritual walk. Like she knows a lot. Oh yeah, 5 when we finally. So yeah, she was 4. She was about to be 5. Okay. Yeah. So my husband had reached out to somebody that he knew that I wasn't very strong in my spiritual walk at this point. Like I was new, but he had already. Girl, we cried and cried. So he was told to like renounce the demon, I guess is how you say it. Oh yeah. My sister-in-law was like, yeah, she was mean. My kids didn't want her around. Yeah, she was very mean. My daughter was. That's crazy. And she was never like that. Like it was crazy. It was just like a quick thing. Like, so they told him to renounce the demon, like, and to anoint your home and stuff like that. So that's what we did. So the girl, they didn't know.
What did that look like? Like renouncing your home and.
So the girls didn't know anything that we were doing. We didn't tell them anything. We didn't say anything to them because you don't want to let them know what you're doing because they can prepare. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to tell them what you're doing. So I ended up taking the girls. We were staying in, it was a hotel room, actually. It was crazy. So I ended up taking the girls somewhere. I think we went to get something to eat or something. I don't know. I went and took them away. They didn't know what was going on. I was like, Dad's got to do something for work or something. So he did all that. He made anointing oil, and I don't know exactly what he did on the renouncing part, but I do know that he said that he heard them leaving through the vents. That's all I know. And, so I bring the girls back and he's like, I guess the person that he had talked to had said, hey, you know, try to take her in the room. So once you have like an area or home or something that's like anointed,
Mm-hmm.
if there is like a demonic presence or something that is within the home, the person will be able to go in there. If it's attached to the person,
Mm-hmm.
that person can't go in there because that is now a holy place. Like you can't, you know what I mean? It's now like anointed.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
he tries to take my daughter and we're like, okay, we're going to figure out if this is like actually attached to her or what it is. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So he tries to take her in there and mind you, she doesn't know anything that's going on. Right. So he tries to take her in there and she's like staring. She's like, she's like, I can't go in. He's like, why? She said, I'm not allowed to. So that's when we knew that it was attached to her.
Oh my gosh, my heart would have just fallen out of me.
Well, we didn't know what to do. We both just sat there and we're like crying, like, what do we do? This is our daughter. Like, like we didn't know what to do. So I think he reached out to somebody else, like, what do I do next? Like, what do I do? Because that didn't, you know what I mean? It's attached to her. So he takes her to the car. He casts it out of her because he's the head of the household, right? So they're supposed to lead the house spiritually. We're supposed to submit and follow them, right?
I feel that.
So he takes her to the car and he casts it out or whatever. She comes back and she hugs me and she's crying and like it's crazy. Like she was just a totally different person. She's crying, she's bawling. Okay.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And then like a few months later, we're going back to church and everything. So everything's better. Like we stopped letting her watch anything that had to do with witchcraft, wands, magic, anything like that. No, they are not allowed to watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because those are gateways to those kind of things.
I don't know who I am anymore, but I can barely watch scary movies, and I'll just be sitting there like, Jesus is my Lord and Savior. Jesus is my Lord and Savior. Like, crazy.
Then turn it off, girl.
Yeah,
turn it off. But see, we only let them listen to Christian music because music is a gateway as well. You guys all know that. I mean, a few months later after going to church, she decides that she wants to get baptized.
Oh,
yeah, she's five. Yeah, she's 5 at this point. So she gets baptized she would be 6 at this point. My bad. She would be 6. So it wasn't a few months later. It was like a year later. My bad. See, I got the numbers all mixed up. I was trying to do this like, so February 2024, she got baptized. And then me and my husband, so my husband was baptized in the same year I was. I think it was like, I can't remember. We got baptized the same year, but we didn't know each other. So, but we decided we want to get baptized again, like together since we were married, like as a married couple. So we ended up getting rebaptized in 2024. And then my 5-year-old, she asked to get baptized right after that, after she saw us. So she ended up getting baptized in July of 2024 with the help of my oldest daughter. My oldest daughter, I do have a video of that on here too. She got to help baptize her 5-year-old. So it was awesome.
I wouldn't be. I can't even handle baptism anyway. So just knowing, I would have been dying. Just like so beautiful.
Yeah, I know. It was like a chain. They all wanted to, and like we make sure they know like what the baptism means. Like he'll ask them like, you know, if like, why do you want to get baptized? Or like he'll ask them a bunch of questions before we actually let them, because some people are like, oh, they're too young. They're not too young. They are. There is not an age on baptism. There is not.
And
don't let anybody say that.
Way
I promise
more
you.
Connected to Jesus and the spiritual world than we will ever be, because we lose it when you grow up and you go through the things. So children just they're way closer. Jesus even says, or God even says, where is it in the Bible says like have faith like a child?
Yeah. Rachel, where is it? Where are you?
Bree, Rachel, where y'all at?
Rachel, I know.
Kayla.
I mess with Bree all the time. I'm like, you're Miss Chat GPT. You know everything, Bree.
Let's look it up.
See? She knows. Mark 10. Yeah.
Truly, I tell you, anyone who will not receive the kingdom of God like a little child will never enter it.
Into the kingdom. Yep. That's what Rachel just put on there. Yep. It's children are just, oh my gosh. And I'm telling you, my son, she's 7 now. She's something special. She's so anointed. Like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if it's because of what she went through or if it's.
It probably.
I don't know. It's a
she
wild.
She is anointed. That's probably why she went through that. I'm
Yeah,
telling
that's
you.
also true.
I feel
Yeah,
that over my oldest.
it's awesome to watch, but it was so hard to go through that. Like seeing it in your own child and talking to this thing in your child was crazy. Like I was like, what is happening in my life right now?
No, I couldn't
It's
even like
crazy.
know how to deal with
We
it.
were crying. We didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I would be
Yeah,
bawling my
we had to
eyeballs
call. We didn't
out.
know what to do. But so at this point in my life, I'm like more on fire for God, like than ever before. Right at this point.
Yeah.
So, and this is where I'm like, because after we had got rebaptized, my children got baptized. We've already been through demonics that like who
You've seen
wouldn't
it.
believe that there is a God, right?
Mhm.
I've seen it with my own two eyeballs, and maybe I had to see all that. So I start reading my Bible, and this is when I finally start praying. I had never really prayed before, which I struggle with that now, praying as much as I should. But this is when I was praying. Like my marriage was going through some things. I was on my knees praying for my marriage at this point. Like it was, I was praying like never before. And this is when I really started to hear him speak to me. He spoke to me like it was
Like
when I heard him speak to me, like it, when he like tells you what to do with something, it's just crazy. It's like,
so
it's something that I can't explain. It's just,
so you heard his voice audibly outside of you or inside of your head?
yes.
Outside of you.
Yes. One time. And then he gave me a vision in my dreams the other time. Yes.
Do you care?
Yeah.
Do you,
My husband he gets visions all the time in his dreams, all the time.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. So do you mind sharing what you heard from God heard from God and the vision if you feel comfortable? If you don't, that is totally okay.
Hold on, let me get through this part here because it's
Okay.
it's next
Yep,
after
yep,
that.
yep.
So hold on one second. So at this point my son had came back into my life, right? So he was with my dad. He ended up coming back and he ended up living with us all of last year. He went to school when he was at my house and all that stuff. So his dad and my dad, when I had ended up going to that long-term treatment, they ended up saying my lawyer said they didn't know where I was, and they got they got joint custody of him, right?
Okay.
So it's always like something was on my back trying to like hold me down. Like they said they didn't know where I was, but they're the ones that sent me there. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So they end up getting joint custody. Yeah, that's literally how it went. It's crazy. So they still have joint custody at this point. So he ended up he was staying at my house last year, living with us, going to school with us, all that stuff. Had no custody, but I was taking care of him. He was living with me full time.
Yeah.
So he ends up going to his dad's for like the summer or whatever. And his dad calls me and he's like, yeah, he wants to stay down here, go to school. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Whatever. That's what he's, I wasn't going to fight that, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, then my dad, being the nice person he is, he goes and he takes my son back from down there with his dad and doesn't tell anybody that he's pulling him out of school or anything. So my son's dad thinks that he's missing, puts a missing child report, all that stuff on him, right? It's stupid. So then my dad ends up coming back up to like Northern Kentucky. He gets a DUI, right? And then he still has my son. Then he comes to my house trying to get my son's stuff. And I'm like, I thought he was drunk. Then he's trying to fight my husband in the front yard. So I had to call the cops on my dad. He gets, he's not allowed back on my property, all that stuff. So that's where me and my dad's relationship really was. I'm done. That's what the point of that story was. I'm done with that.
Not before that? Girl.
Nope. Yeah.
Girl.
I know. It's trauma bond. Yes, it's crazy. I wasn't really hanging out with him before that, but like I didn't really like cut him off. You know what I'm saying? Like I should have. I didn't do that.
Yeah.
But at this point, he was trying to fight my husband in the front yard. I called the cops, like, you're done. I'm done. Get out of here. So, okay. So now this is when I started really hearing. So I started feeling like different when I was around my family, right? Because my family's Catholic and I'm like more into my walk, and at this point I'm just like, I just want to know everything about Jesus. Like I want to know it all. I just want to know everything. And so I'm starting to feel different around my family. Like I was talked about, I was mocked. I'm called like, oh, you're you're Jesus freak, just all this stuff by my family, and like just talked about, you know, behind my back constantly. My kids were starting to be treated differently, like they were less than, like they weren't nothing. So like this is when I found myself, like I was really like on my knees, like just one day I was on my knees, like, okay, God, what do I do? Like, what do I do with my family? Like, they are not, and this is when he specifically told me, like, if they're not bringing you closer to me, remove them, distance yourself. That is literally what I heard.
That is
like, people
crazy.
Can say it's not true, whatever. That is what I heard. And I was like, wow. And I had ended up praying about this for like a month and a half, something like that. And finally, one day I was just breaking down. I was like, what do I do with this family of mine? Like, what do I do?
Honestly,
and that is really when I,
like Mindy said, that is so powerful. Like, if they are not bringing you closer to God, they have to go. You can love them from a distance.
Because like, my family is so of the world. Like, all they ever talked about was like, my husband can vouch for this. All they ever talk about is like their vacations and how much money they have. And like, they don't bring me, they bring me farther away, and they bring me to where I'm a person more of the world. And I didn't want to be like that. I was just like, I felt like every time I went and hung out with them, I was so farther away. Like, it was just backtrack. Like, I didn't want that. And that's what he told me. And that's what I did. He very clearly said to me, remove anything bringing you farther away from me. So that's what I did. I knew then that's what I had to do. That is the day that I cut and removed my whole entire family away from me. My whole family. Cut them out. And that's when peace.
Remove.
Oh, did I cut out? Sorry. I said that's.
I was asking you to repeat what.
Oh, I said remove anything bringing you farther away from me.
Okay, sorry.
Anything or anybody, really, is what I mean.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same.
That's a word.
Yeah, that's when I knew. Yeah. That's why I was like I was shocked. I was like, I've never heard, and I even told my husband. I think I did tell my husband, or I told him about my dream or something. Me and him had the same exact dream, just about and vision about moving down here to Texas where we are. That's crazy too. And we didn't tell each other about it or anything. We had the same vision without even saying anything. And then finally he told me, and I was like, what? I had that same thing. What? Like, it was crazy. He's like, well, guess that's what we should do then. I was like, I guess so.
That's wild.
And that was the only time he ever gave me a vision. And then that was the only time that I've ever heard him speak, like, you know, to me. Like, hey. Because I was so like, I wanted help what to do. Like, I didn't know what to do, you know. It was crazy. Like, and then that's when I like really started digging in my Bible, reading my Bible, you know, every day, and like trying, I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but trying to lean on him completely with things like some things like that have had, like, I would be like, oh, why is this that, blah, blah, blah. But now I'm just like, oh, that's God's plan, or this has happened because of it. You know, you can see the difference in your reaction to things, which I'm not perfect. I know I slip up, and I'm sure my husband can tell you I yell at him and blame stuff on him all the time. But
we still are in our flesh. We're still
that's marriage. Right.
Yeah.
That's marriage. Yeah, right. Let's see. So ever since he has spoken to me about my family and everything, like, I have removed them. One of my aunts reached out to me about something about, oh, Thanksgiving, and if you're going to come over here, you can't talk about this, you can't. I said, I don't want to be invited to anything anymore. Like, that's it. That was the last conversation I had with her. I'm done. Like, haven't heard anything. Like, it's crazy. And let's see. So ever since then, he's put like
boundaries.
Yeah, and I had a really hard time doing that, obviously, with my dad. Like, I did not know how to set boundaries. I did not know what boundaries were. I just thought, they're my parents, they're my family, they're allowed to treat me this way. Like, this is just what it is. Like, no. Like, when I was growing up, like, you were allowed to have emotions, but they're just, it's under the rug. Just, you're fine. Put it under the rug. You know what I'm saying?
That's my whole family.
No.
That's my whole family. I cannot pretend that did not
That's
happen.
how my family is.
Yeah, I cannot.
Yeah, that's how my family is. Just swish it away. I'm like, no, that happened. Like, what do you mean? So I think that's why I was like that with my dad. Like, I really didn't like acknowledge anything with it. Like, I don't know. It's I don't know. And it's crazy. Like, and then now he's like God's put homeschooling on my heart, which we homeschool now. And I mean, he's just convicted me and my husband more. I just follow his lead, you know, because he's the head of the household. So like about celebrating holidays and just stuff like that. Like people have different convictions. I'm not saying that everybody needs to stop doing whatever. I'm just saying that's our personal convictions. That's what he's put on us to do. And I'm able to set boundaries. Like I literally, anybody that is close to me knows I refuse. If you are leading me away from God, I will love you from a distance, but you will not be in my circle, period. Not that I'm better than you, not that I'm more holier than you. It's just that I love God and I love Jesus, and I will not let anybody of the world take that away from me.
Amen.
Period.
Amen.
Like, I will not, and you will not get close enough to me to do that.
Amen.
Like,
if you're going to get me out of character and get me away from God, I cannot do it.
Yeah.
I cannot do it.
Yeah.
And like you said, I can love you from
and
a
ask my
distance.
husband. He's seen me out of character plenty of times before. Oh,
I've been out of
I
character
still sometimes when it comes to my children, I will get a little like, you know, hyped up, and I'm like, oh man, I shouldn't have. If you have conviction after you do something, then that's a good thing. If you're doing something and acting crazy and doing this and that, like, and you don't have conviction, then that's the problem. If you're convicted of it, which means if you're convicted of it, you shouldn't keep doing it. But if you slip up, then we sin. We all sin. I mean, I try not to, but like, I still cuss a little bit, and I try not to really hard, but it's so hard.
We're trying.
It's so hard. I'm trying.
We're still kind of
right.
baby
I'm not
Christians.
perfect. Right. Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Girl.
I know. And then like, so even to this day, I still don't have custody of my my oldest daughter or my son, which my oldest daughter, I love her, dude. She is literally my best friend. Like, we have the best relationship. She still tells me I am the best mother in the world. How? You don't know. I wasn't a mother to you. But they are so forgiving. They are so forgiving. Like, she just says I'm the best mom, and she literally says she sent me something, I think it was on my birthday, that says, I want to be just like you. The fire that you have about the fire to learn about the Lord, like I want that. Like, and that's
Girl,
I've accomplished something, I guess.
Yes.
Like, I literally have the screenshot where she sent that to me, like, you're on fire for the Lord, and I love that, and I want that. And she'll message me, she'll message my husband, because he knows more about the Bible than I do off the top of my head. So she'll message me or my husband, and she'll be like, what does this mean? What does this mean in the Bible? What, you know, she'll ask us questions now, and I'm just like,
I love that.
I and me and her, we have the best relationship. Like she's my best friend. Like, I love it. She looks just like me. She's just a little skinnier and prettier.
She does look just like you.
She does. And what's crazy is her dad, here's another story about God. Her dad, he was incarcerated for a long time, and she didn't see him for 11 years. She just now got a relationship back with him the beginning of this year, I think. He's came to Jesus. He's clean. He's in her life again after 11 years. Like, it's
Lord.
Yeah. I'm not saying that he's doing everything that he's supposed to or having his walk with God, but still, for her and her answers, and she, you know, but yeah, I mean, I'm not perfect by any means.
No way.
I try to read my Bible every day. Like, yeah, I try. It's just like looking back at my life, like, the enemy was after me so hard,
but
had such a hold on me.
Do you ever look back and think, like, God was really with me then, and I didn't even realize it? Like, how many times you OD'd
and when I was writing this,
like,
when I was writing this, I was like, wow, God was there. Wow. Remember when I was texting you, I was like, I cannot believe how many times he was there. He was there through the whole thing. The whole thing.
And that's literally when I had that realization. I lost it.
Crazy.
I lost it. I bawled my eyes out. I was like, God, I can't even believe that you were there. And I was just like, had my back turned to you, and you never left me. From all the drunk
So I'm like, why didn't you smack me upside the head?
I wish you would.
He's like, I did. I did. I
Yeah.
put you in jail. I did. I put those Christian people in your life. I did.
Yeah.
And finally, I gave you your husband and you decided to act right. Finally.
And breaking these chains. Breaking these
Right.
chains.
Like, yeah.
Girl,
Yeah.
your story
Oh
is
my gosh.
crazy. But God has brought you through.
Yeah,
Now look at you. You
yeah.
have such a good relationship. It seems like with every single one of your kids. I know that you do have a baby
Yeah.
that was adopted. She's probably thriving because you allowed that to happen for
Yeah,
her
she's
because
all good.
you knew it was best for her.
Yeah.
And now you're just
Yeah.
like chasing Jesus every day and trying to be better. And I
I
think
know.
that is the
And it's because I look back and see the things I went through, all that stuff to get where I am now. Because if I didn't go through all that stuff, I would not be like, oh, I you know what I mean? You wouldn't even realize how much you have changed. Like, people see me now and they're like, oh, huh, you're a Jesus freak. I'm like, oh, well, go tell everybody about it.
Yeah, he changed my life. He was
Go
the
tell them
only
all.
one. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Like, exactly. And you can go and you can tell it to everybody. Spread it around, please do.
Jesus changed me, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Yes,
So,
I know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not perfect, but I'm still way better than I used to be. And I don't know. I'm grateful for you guys, though, that I've found our Bible study and everything. I'm so grateful for Rachel having Bible study. Oh,
girl,
gosh. I love it.
Say that was an answered prayer. You
Thanks.
have no idea. Like, I need y'all. I appreciate you. We've been on here for so long, but it didn't even feel that long.
I know.
Like,
sorry.
It was so great. No, it was so great. It was just like sitting down and chatting.
That's why I was like, it's going to be long. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry.
I was eating it all up. Yeah, we need to do this again. I feel like there was like so many things. I feel like we could really dig in deep if you ever feel comfortable sharing. So
I'm fine. I'll share whatever. I'm an open book. Like I said, if my story helps somebody, I don't mind sharing. What else could I not share? You know what I mean?
Yes. It's what
I've
God
been through
knows. Who cares what everybody else knows? Once you like confess,
that's how
God,
I am.
Yeah. I'm like, I can tell you, I don't mind sitting here and telling you every bit of my testimony, but for me to like come out and like have a story and post it, I'm like, I'm scared.
But, and see, I'm just like, I'm to the point where it's like, I don't care what anybody thinks. I don't. Like, I know what I've been through. I know who I was and I know who I am now. And that has nothing to do with anybody of this world. Like, nothing.
Yeah.
You're not the one that brought me out of it. Jesus did, you know?
All right.
We are.
I guess we're going to wrap it up.
All right.
And just thank you so much.
Yeah, that was so fun.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah,
I
you're
appreciate
welcome.
you. All right.
Anytime, if you want to dig apart anything, I'll be on here.
Yeah. You'll get some text messages from me.